All right, I'm messing with my little buckskin filly today, man. She's actually a 3-year-old filly, and the difference between a male and a female horse, a younger female horse is called a filly, and a younger male horse is called a colt. Once they turn 5 years old and better, the female horse is called a mare, and the male horse is called a stallion, or he can be called a stallion or just old gelding, you know. But a gelding really is a colt that has his nuts cut it. But anyway, I'm about to mess with my little buckskin Sassy. I don't ride her as much because she's younger. But what I like to do with mine, I like to mess with my younger horses on and off as they grow. See, and that way you don't mess with the legs too much because you don't want to break them down. You get to riding a younger horse too early, too much, a little bit too much, too fast. You start putting a lot of wear and tear on the legs. You can cause something like buck shin in the shin area here. You can cause that to swell. With a younger horse, right here in the knee area, it's not closed yet. As they get older, this right here closes up, and it gets some tighter and all that right there. So you have to be a little lighter on a younger horse. But I still like to go ahead and break them, put my hands on them because I'm able to handle them. One thing about these horses, man, they get too old. You talking about start trying to break a horse at 4 and 5 years old, 6 year old. The horse pretty much grown, fully developed, and if he never had hands on him or haven't been ridden yet, you looking for to get hurt really bad. I mean, seriously. So I like to go ahead and have my horses broke at a young age, just lightly ride them. All right, we got a shorter girth because evidently this girth's too long. I'm all the way in the last hole here, so I'm gonna take this one off, and you notice the difference in the sizes. Nice short one. I can really go down really to the bottom and really fit it. These are some old girths we got laying around, and that over here. Boom. I'm just going to stick this here and on the other side. I don't have to go all the way up with this one because it's already short. Let me just stick that in there. Bam, bam. Now, we're ready for action pretty much. Let's see. Measure it in on this side. A little too close, so we will raise that up. It's probably going to be her size right here. A brand new girth will give you the size on it. But your average sizes on your horse, 28s, 32s. And these horses like this. So I'm just take her on up to the top and maybe we can get a good grip on her. All right, you gonna pull your girth up underneath. We locked and loaded and ready here. And all you're doing, you're putting these saddles on. You make sure you don't want to be too far back here up underneath the belly here when you're saddling up. So, boom, you're pulling that girth up underneath there. You're hooking it. You're putting it in. You're putting it in the saddle right there. Looping it again round. Boom. And you're pulling tight. And then this move right here, once you got a good tight hold here, it's two moves you can make. There's a couple different ways you can tighten this up. You can just go ahead and tighten and use the hole and hook it in to the bottom hole here. Boom. And now you're not coming loose. And then you can take the rest and hook it right there. Or you can go in right here and tie it like a knot. But I'll show you that on a different video. All right, boom. We're good and tight. Got it all saddled up, good to go. I'm a little loose on my chain here, but I haven't rode her in a little second, so what I'll do, I'll take her off and I'll lunge her a little bit, and I'll lunge her a little bit just to get a little spunk out of her. And we'll jump on the ride, man. I'm just gonna ride her a little while, I'm just keeping her back warm, per se. That's all I'm trying to do. Keeping her back warm. I ain't trying to do too much with her. So I'll turn right here. Boom. This filly is really spunky and fast. I do like this filly as far as the barrels and stuff like that. And I'll turn them right here in a little tight circle. This ain't something you normally do, but I'll turn them in a tight circle just a little bit, just to get them responding, so they know I'm there. And they know my command. When I'm training the horse, I like for them to be on command. So when I kiss, I want them to move. You know what I mean? When you train a horse, your main thing, key point, you want them to move. So, boom. As long as they're going forward, you can basically control them and get them right. So, once I done that with her, it's really game time with her. I can go ahead and hop on her. And she's pretty much good to go. Now, what I'll do, just so I'm good, I'll turn around in circles here. You know, just turn around in circles a little bit, a little figure eight. Turn around to the left, turn around to the right. Yep, that's where I'm at with it. Once I do this, once I got him responding, turn around to the right, then I'll make sure she's stopping good. Whoa, boom, and she's good to go. I'm just take out here, run around the field a little bit. I'll come back. You breaking these horses straight out the wild, man, I'm gonna tell you what, they're gonna be a little jittery. Some horses gonna be a little jitterier than others. So for her, she gave me a little bit of a run around, but she turned out to be a pretty good horse. All right, I got the filly warmed up. And I've been training her a little bit, but I got my saddle. My strap keep coming loose from out of here. They keep coming loose and it's hanging. So I'm gonna show y'all exactly how to tie this. And it's almost like tying a knot, tying a knot. You stick it in, you're going one way, out this way. You're coming back across. Now this is a Tucker saddle, so it's got two loops. Not every saddle got two loops. Most just got one. I could go in right here and come back through, but I got two loops, so I'm just use this loop. I'm coming in right here, and I'm sticking it in the hole. Then I'll just pull everything tight. And there you have a saddle knot right there. Now I'm gonna just take her around the field, just a nice little gallop right quick. She's done got a little hot for me, warming her up a little bit, but I'm just, like I say, you don't want to put too much pressure in on these horses. Now I tell everybody when they're riding, when they get on these horses, you don't want your foot way in there like that. Because this horse if something happens, and your foot gets stuck in there, she's gonna drag you. And that's why most cowboy boots are pointed like this. Those square toes are really not for riding. You want a pointed boot for riding to go right in so you won't get slipped out. And you want to put your pinky toe about right in here. That's all you want in your stirrup. That's all you want in your stirrup. Just that little bit. And you're keeping your heels down. So if the horse running and something stops or something spooky, because the horse got his own mind and he stops, you want your feet out like this for the most part. And that way it'll stop you from going over top of the horse. If your feet are back like this and your heels up like this right here, you're gonna go over the horse if the horse comes to a sudden stop. So most of you ride like this, pinky toe in, heel down, like so. All right, I'm gonna take around the field, this Fallen Saga. I'm gonna go down here to the old barn and back. You ready, girl? Let's go. And she's nice and easy. Whoa there, girl. Whoa there, girl. And stop. Good girl. We'll walk you back on out. Now, typically, you don't want to run back to your barn for the most part. But horses, they do get barn sour, and you go to ride them out. And when you go to ride these horses away from your property, normally the most horses are trying to get back. They're trying to get back to their property. So it just comes from repetition of training them back and forth to, goodness, training them back and forth to let them know, okay, listen to me. We're not going back to the barn. We're not going back to the pasture right now. You feel what I'm saying? So she did really good today. And like I said, it's a 3-year-old, so I'm not on her all the time. And that's it for today's video. Y'all tap back in with me. I'll be trying to bring y'all some bangers more and more. If you want to learn anything extra, tap in with me on my Instagram or anything like that right there. I do have an ebook out that you can get from me, and we'll go from there. Until next time, love y'all. People from the north coming to the south, baby, about